Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day and we are so grateful to have Elisha here with us to talk crypto. So if you're on Twitter, you definitely know about Elisha. I think he is the biggest crypto guy, I think not just in Ghana, but I think in West Africa. So I think it's important that, I mean, over the past few months, many people have been asking me about cryptocurrency, should we trade it? And there's no better person to have a conversation with about cryptocurrency. So Elisha, welcome.
Thank you, boss. I'm happy to be here.
So Elisha also has a YouTube channel that he talks about everything crypto. So we'll leave a link in the description. So that anytime you after this video, you can just pop down, just watch all of his videos and also subscribe as well. So Elisha, just tell people who are seeing you for the first time, just tell them a little bit about you and what you do. Yeah.
Okay, so I got into crypto in 2016. Not very into it, but then by 2017 I was really into crypto. So the first time I saw crypto or heard about crypto was Bitcoin, the most popular cryptocurrency, and it was on Al Jazeera where I was watching a news item, and we were talking about Bitcoin mining and how it's the new internet gold, and people were mining Bitcoin and cyberpunks and became internet culture. So I was really interested to one of the Bitcoin websites and I read about it, and I felt like it was a great concept. So I started reading about other cryptocurrencies, alternative cryptocurrencies, what we call altcoins. And I realized that there are so many currencies like Bitcoin, or so many cryptocurrencies that also have their own features. So from there, I started looking for things to do in the crypto space. So I love to write. So I thought, okay, maybe I could start a cryptocurrency blog and write about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So that's how I started for me in 2016. And then from there, I've done various things in the crypto space. Currently, what I usually do is I do marketing for cryptocurrency companies, and I also do content creation, so YouTube, blogs, those things.
I told you guys, there's no better person to talk about crypto in Ghana than Elisha. And I think even not just Ghana, like West Africa, like I mentioned initially. So Elisha, just tell us a little bit about Bitcoin. I think that's the biggest crypto. I know we have other forms of crypto, but I think most people are interested in the Bitcoin. So I think that's what this video would focus on. So just tell us a little bit about Bitcoin for people who don't have any idea what Bitcoin is.
Okay, so I'm going to start by talking about the evolution of money. So initially, we used to do barter. So if I wanted your phone, I'll probably give you something in return. Okay. Then we moved away from that because the value system was not fixed, and decided to have gold. But then at the same time, we also had kingdoms and settlements that had their own currencies. So at that point, what happened was, if I'm king, I mint the gold myself. I mint the currencies myself. So if a very small class of people had control over the money at that time, there was no accountability. Anybody could have, any of them could have done anything they wanted with the money. And it's all part of reasons why those kingdoms, etc. fell, and we moved towards more democratic principles, or more liberalized ways of having government and all of that. But unfortunately for us, when we're making the change, we changed everything except money. So the same issues we had back then, we still have now, because it's the government and the central bank that controls the money. Now, there have been so many situations where governments and central banks have failed the people. So look at Venezuela, how they have failed the people. Look at how Zimbabwe, $1 billion Zimbabwean dollars is worth absolutely nothing. So this is the kind of background we have when it comes to finance. So in 2008, during the crash, the economic crash, we realized that lots of the problems came from the banks themselves. So based on this kind of ideology, a lot of people who were into the internet, like cyberpunks, who are very, very serious about the internet, began to exploit or explore with the idea that we could create money that was open and more decentralized. So the idea of creating decentralized money has been there from 1990s, but then the implementation was a problem. So the problem with the implementation was the technology. So they had to build technology that can make sure that transactions can be verified, transactions are what they say they are, and value is actually being transacted. So that's why from 1990s all the way down to 2008, nothing had really happened. But then on 31st October, Satoshi Nakamoto, I know a lot of people hear Satoshi. So Satoshi Nakamoto is the creator of Bitcoin. Now, it's an anonymous person or group. We can't tell, but it's an anonymous person or group. And we'll probably talk about why that's not a problem. We'll talk about that later. So they published a white paper on 31st October 2008. Bitcoin, peer-to-peer electronic cash, and it described a new currency built on cryptography. So I explain what all of these things mean. That allows people to send money between themselves without any central authority. So the concept was very simple. Unlike traditional currency that needed banks to make transactions happen, even mobile money, etc., still run on the banking system. So the idea was Bitcoin was going to be a system where every individual can contribute to the network and make it possible for people to make transactions. So we say democracy is government for the people, by the people. Bitcoin is for the people, by the people.
Wow.
So that's the kind of concept that Bitcoin was about. So from 2008, 31st, the first Bitcoin transaction was sent in January 2009, and from there a lot has happened.
Yeah.
So to the technology aspect of Bitcoin, a very quick one on that. So Bitcoin is something that runs on a blockchain, and blockchains are built using cryptography. So cryptography is code that is predominantly mathematics. So most of the coding is done in math, and blockchains are networks that allow you to transfer data. It's not the most technical of explanations, but I want to break it down because a lot of people would not.
Obviously, so understand all this one.
I don't want to confuse anyone. So what these blockchains do in the case of Bitcoin is transactions happen and it goes through the blockchain, so people can verify that the transaction has happened, and the data of the transaction is there for everyone to see. So unlike other forms of online cash where verification is a problem, if I send you money today via Bitcoin, I can give you the transaction ID. You go to any blockchain verification site or blockchain explorer and it's there. So if you go there and it's not there, I never send the transaction.
So it's important we talk about Bitcoin in particular. So why Bitcoin in particular, not the other ones?
Okay, so the thing is, other cryptocurrencies are not bad. They all have exclusive features that they bring on board to the entire digital currency ecosystem, which is very, very beneficial. So Bitcoin is now a reserve currency. It's also like a currency for day-to-day stuff. Ethereum is software that a lot of decentralized applications in the cryptocurrency ecosystem are built on. So Ethereum also has a very, very important role to play. So we have stable coins that also have their use case and all of that. But the reason why many people ask people to go into Bitcoin first instead of anything else is because of the kind of currency Bitcoin is in the cryptocurrency ecosystem and in the world as a whole. So Bitcoin is the most popular, it has the most adoption. Now, until recently, a lot of cryptocurrencies depended on Bitcoin in so many ways. So, for example, in most jurisdictions, and it's still even the same case in 2021, before you can buy another cryptocurrency, you needed to buy Bitcoin first before you buy the other cryptocurrency. So, let's use Binance for example. On Binance, you can buy Bitcoin directly with Ghana cedi and a couple of other cryptocurrencies. But let's say you want to buy cryptocurrency like Stellar. You can't do that directly with Ghana cedi. So what happens then is you have to buy Bitcoin
before you buy
Stellar.
Makes sense.
So it's an entry point for so many people. The reason why people tell people buy Bitcoin first. Plus, if people have issues on trust and this asset has not been around for so long, I'm not sure. Bitcoin has been around for so long and has been able to pass the test compared to the other cryptocurrencies. Reason why people would ask people to go to Bitcoin first.
Yeah.
Plus, when it comes to products around Bitcoin, investment products, there are so many compared to
the other types.
Reason why people usually ask people to go there. Plus, you see, the cryptocurrency ecosystem is very vast. So the biggest thing that people have to do when they're investing is research.
Okay.
And the thing is, the alternative cryptocurrencies are so many that it's best people don't rush into them. Okay. So if you really want to get into crypto, people tell you go to Bitcoin because that is very easy to understand and there's so much explanation. Then you can take your time and do your own research on the other ones. Okay. Instead of, some people go to the various listings of cryptocurrency, look at the price of a certain cryptocurrency and say, oh, Bitcoin is $32,000 and this one is $5. One day it will get $32,000 too, so let me buy.
It might never.
Like the dynamics are very different.
So, I mean, you spoke about just listing. So, it leads into my next question about. So you hear about exchanges and wallets. Mm-hmm. So what are they? Like, if someone doesn't know what's an exchange and what's a wallet, just briefly just.
Okay. So when it comes to a wallet, it's the name as it implies is where cryptocurrency is kept. Okay. So just like how you have your wallet in your pocket and you keep your money in there, you keep your Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, whatever inside your wallet. Okay. But these wallets are digital wallets. So there are different kinds of wallets. Okay. We have the software wallet and the hardware wallet. So software wallet is you take your phone, you download the wallet software, use it as your wallet. Hardware wallets are specific devices built as wallets only. Okay. So they are not mobile phones. They don't have any other function aside from being a wallet. Okay. Those ones are usually safer, but come with a cost. You have to buy them. But then with the software wallet, it's free. So I've also heard people say, oh, how do I buy a wallet? You don't have to buy a wallet. There are so many wallets online that you can select from.
Is there any ones in particular that you recommend?
So in Ghana, most people use blockchain. Okay. But then personally, and a lot of industry experts would suggest similar. There's a wallet called Exodus wallet. So it's Exodus, like how it's spelled in the Bible. Okay. .io. Okay. .io. So Exodus.io. It's Exodus wallets. They have wallets for every platform. Okay. So these wallets exist and they allow you to save. Okay. The thing with these wallets is that the question then becomes, so my money, where does it go? What happens? Exactly. So when you create a wallet, you get something we call a private key. Okay. So the private key is what gives you access to the wallet. To make you understand this, let's say you have a phone and you have your private key on your phone, like your private key for the wallet on your phone with $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and you go around, you break your phone. Then you want to get your money back. All you need to do is to download the wallet again, enter your private key, and then you get your money back. Okay. So that's how much access you can have with your private key. Reason why you shouldn't share it with anyone. So that's what you get when you create a wallet. Then there's also the public key, what we usually call the address. Okay. So when you want to send Bitcoin, people are like, oh, send me your address. Okay. And what is your address? That is your account number.
Account number, like a bank account number.
Like a bank account number. The funny thing is with cryptocurrency, you can generate as many addresses as you want. Okay. So you can go to your wallet every time you want to receive, click on receive, generate an address,
and send the person to
send you the Bitcoin on the other cryptocurrency.
So just to understand, it's more like the private key is your PIN code. Yeah. And the addresses
your
public account numbers.
Okay, exactly. So then the exchange is different. The exchange is where you interact with the market. Okay. So the exchange is the entry platform for so many people. Okay. Because if you want to buy Bitcoin with Ghana cedi, you want to buy Bitcoin with US dollar, the first place you go to is the exchange. Okay. Apart from buying crypto with fiat or traditional currency, exchanges are the same places where people trade. Okay. So you would hear about sports trading, futures trading, etc. These are all very advanced forms of trading. Yeah. All of that happens on the exchange. Okay. But then when you create an exchange account, you get a wallet on the exchange
as well. Okay.
That's every time you buy a cryptocurrency, it goes to the wallet. On the exchange. Yeah. So exchanges have built-in wallets. Okay. The difference between that wallet and the wallet that you have yourself is that the exchange wallets are not controlled by you directly. Makes sense. So your funds will be there. When you want to send it out, you can send it out. When you want to trade, you can trade. Yeah. But then the exchange has control over all the funds. doesn't mean that the exchange will run out with your money. It's a business, so there's
how any bank will have control over everything. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And the bank will also run out with your money. But then, so when you buy your stuff and put it on the exchange, the advice that industry experts will give you, or the status quo, is if you are going to be trading short term, you can keep your money on the exchange. But if you are looking at it long term, you should keep your money on your own wallet.
Personal wallet. So anytime you need money to trade, then you move from a personal wallet to your exchange. Then you can use that to trade. When you are done, then you move it back into your personal wallet. So I think that's something that leads into my question, that you hear that exchanges have been hacked and all those things, but it's not necessarily the currency, but just the exchange that has been hacked. We have examples of all those ones happening. So leading to my next question would be, so who should trade or who should engage in like buying and selling of Bitcoin? Yes. Who do you think? But for me, I think it's maybe long-term investments. But what do you think?
Okay, so a quick one on the exchanges being hacked.
Okay.
I remember there was one in Canada where someone died and they couldn't access the Bitcoin, and someone said, "Oh, someone has died, so Bitcoin cannot be accessed, and all the Bitcoin is gone." We should realize that Bitcoin is a network and money. So just like how you can put Ghana cedi somewhere and something happens to the Ghana cedi, some people will put Bitcoin somewhere, something happens to the Bitcoin. So it doesn't mean that the entire Bitcoin ecosystem has been compromised. What you should do is you should do a lot of research and use platforms that are well known with a lot of reviews.
Okay.
And not shady companies. The other problem in the crypto space is greed. A lot of people look at the kind of returns people promise and then rush to those platforms without doing any due diligence, which is a problem. So about who should invest in crypto? So I'm going to give two answers. Anyone can invest in crypto, but then your investments would translate directly into what kind of returns you're going to get. So you can invest in crypto with as little as 100 cedis, or on Binance, for example, 105. 105 cedis can get you Bitcoin on Binance. You can also, someone can also come in with 2,000 cedis. So let me break it down before I come to the long-term, short-term stuff. So if you buy 105 Ghana cedis worth of Bitcoin at the time when Bitcoin was 20,000 per Bitcoin, another thing, you don't have to buy one whole Bitcoin. Bitcoin has decimal places, so it is divisible. So if you want to buy 1,000 cedis worth of Bitcoin and one Bitcoin is $20,000, you get 0.000 something of Bitcoin. So the idea that Bitcoin is too expensive, another reason why people go and buy alternative currencies they don't know anything about, is not an issue. It's not a problem. It's not like an entry barrier. So let's say you do the 105 cedis when Bitcoin is 20,000. Someone does 1,000 cedis when Bitcoin is 20,000. Notice that when you buy Bitcoin, the Bitcoin itself will not increase on its own. It is the value of the Bitcoin that increases or decreases based on the price. So if the price goes up, that's when the value increases, and if the price goes down, the value decreases. So anytime you see schemes that say, "Oh, bring your Bitcoin, let us multiply," please, it's a scam. So the 105 that you bought at 20,000 will become 210 when Bitcoin goes to 40,000, because that's 100% increase. Someone bought 1,000 cedis, the person will get 2,000 cedis when it gets to 40,000 because it's 100% increase. So your investment is directly proportional to the kind of returns you are going to make. The problem here is most people go into Bitcoin with the mindset that you buy Bitcoin today, tomorrow morning they wake up and they become rich.
Exactly.
It doesn't work like that at all. The same way you buy gold as an asset and to store value and hope that the gold price will go up. And I explained the mechanics behind that and why people will buy gold and how it also applies to Bitcoin. You would also buy Bitcoin and then hope that the price will go up to make profits. And to make proper profits with Bitcoin investment, it's a very long-term thing. So very long-term could even be 6 months, 12 months. It all depends on the dynamics and the market forces, etc. But then with Bitcoin, like averagely, a year usually does you good. So in March 2020, Bitcoin was around $4,000. Right now in January 2021, it's around 32,000.
Yeah.
So that's like way beyond even 100% increase.
So I mean, that speaks to my point. I mean, I did a video about knowing your risk appetite. So the same way you can see that over a year, it's probably a bit volatile. So, so you can see that it's gone up. It can come. It went to 40,000, it dropped to 2,000. So again, if you are not an aggressive risk taker, or so let's say a risk taker, you shouldn't venture into, because sometimes you might see that I have 1,000 cedis in there, but you check the value now, it's now 500 Ghana cedi because it has dropped in value. So again, you should look at it as a long-term investment, and also you need to be like someone who's a risk taker to also enjoy the beauty of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So I mean, that will lead into my I think one of my questions. Okay, so in Ghana, because that's where we are, how would we trade, or how would we get into Bitcoin? And yes, how if I'm interested right now, what do I do? What do I do?
Okay, so to get into cryptocurrency is very simple. First off, you need to have your money. Then the next thing you do is you find a platform that allows you to buy Bitcoin directly with Ghana cedi. So usually there are so many payment options. But in Ghana, the most popular is mobile money.
Yeah.
So personally, I use Binance, Binance.com, and I'm sure the link will be in the description.
Just tell us a bit more about Binance. Yes.
Okay, so Binance is the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. And how do you know this? All cryptocurrency exchanges report their volume.
Okay.
So you can tell who has the most volume. So every 24 hours, if you check the volume for Bitcoin for about the last year, Binance is the biggest. Okay. And beyond trading, they organize education. Okay. So those of you who want to learn how to trade, etc., all of that happens on Binance. So there's a Binance Telegram group, which we should also leave in the description. Okay. It's at Binance GH, so Binance then GH all together. So they do all of that, and they invest a lot into developers, etc., who want to learn about crypto. So it's the Facebook of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So you can go to Binance, you get your mobile money, you deposit the mobile money. So Ghana cedi, you go to deposit, you click on Ghana cedi, you deposit that mobile money. After that, you can buy Bitcoin and a couple of other cryptocurrencies with that. Okay. So like that's the very basic entry. Okay. So like the very
sell as well.
Yes, you can sell your Bitcoin on Binance. So it's the basic entry. Then you can explore the other things after that. But then usually the first thing you have to do is to buy. Okay. And most people like to save it as an investment. Okay. For the extra stuff like trading and all of that, you need to do a lot of research because you said Bitcoin in itself is high risk. Yes. So the extra stuff is higher risk.
Higher risk, okay. Makes sense. So I mean, this is not an investment advice, but once you buy and you want to trade, I think it's important that you ask more questions, you get to understand what you are trading, because it's really volatile, like you said, and it's important that we understand what we are investing in. So if you want to trade, I think you need extra research before you trade against any other Bitcoin or any other currency. Yes. So it's important we do these little things before we actually jump in. I think you have some small package for us in terms of if you sign up on Binance. Yes. Yeah.
So the link in the description would give you 10% discount on fees every time you sign up on Binance and you trade. So trading is when you are buying Bitcoin against other cryptocurrencies, like trading them to make profit. So usually there are fees attached to that. And so when you go to Binance and you start trading, you get a 10% discount. However, at the time of recording this video, I don't know when you're going to watch it, but at the time of recording this video, Binance is doing a 0 fee promo for making deposits with Ghana cedi. So every time you deposit Ghana cedi on Binance, instead of the fee that you probably pay, you pay 9. So it's really good because then you get more Bitcoin than you usually would. So it's another thing you should also look at. And you should also check out you should also check out Binance on Twitter, because there are so many like promotions and all of that. I also share that on my Twitter too, so you can also check it out.
And if you have any questions too, I'll leave Elisha's Twitter account link in the description, and also, like I said, his YouTube channel will be also in the description, so that you can, if you have any questions, you can ask him. And for me, I think it's important that we understand what we are investing in, and I keep hammering on this so many times. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Don't just jump on any bandwagon, just ask the right questions, and I mean, it's always available to also help you understand about anything you want to invest in terms of the crypto space. So I don't know if there are any last thoughts that you want to share with us.
Okay, so what I'll say is there are so many cryptocurrency projects that pop up out of nowhere and begin to proclaim that they're going to make people money and they're going to become the next Bitcoin. I'm not a soothsayer, so I can't tell if that will happen or not. But then with the experience that I have had, people have had in the cryptocurrency space, it's best for you to do your own research. So we say DYOR, do your own research. Check what people are saying about the cryptocurrency. Check the fundamentals. Compare whatever they are saying to other cryptocurrencies that have done well. So Bitcoin is a standard, but Ethereum is also another standard. Check all of those things before you rush into an investment. Because most of a lot of people watching us would watch us in the future who have lost faith in cryptocurrency is not because they probably even bought Bitcoin, but then because they invested in something else that has given them a very bad experience with cryptocurrency. It doesn't mean the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem is a scam or it's not safe or anything. That's not the case. So do your own research and always make sure you know what you're doing. Because it's money, it's a lot of money.
It's
and I would really hate for you to lose money.
Okay. So again, you have it, do your own research, and we call it due diligence. Ask the right questions. If you don't understand anything, like I said, reach out to Elisha. He will help you, sort you out in that regard as well. So I think, guys, we are coming to the end of the video. If you are new here, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Elisha's YouTube will also be in the description. Just reach out to him, subscribe as well, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much for your support and from us. Thank you.
Yeah.